Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of Arts and Crimes. I'm your host, Kelly.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm your temporary guest co-host, Josh.
Okay, yay! Okay, so this week, we're going to go over all the emails for the people that wrote in that wanted a shirt, and there was 9 of them. I was surprised. That was almost all 10. So if there's one person out there in the universe that's like, please let me, I guess you could still email in.
Yeah, fight for that last spot.
Fight for that last one, but
I'm going to email in.
But yeah, so we're gonna go over that, but first we're gonna do the week check, and then a little tribute to our grandfather really quick. Should we do that now?
Yeah, let's
do the tribute first.
Yeah, tribute
So this last week our grandfather passed away, and he, a while ago, just like last year, he sent me some handwritten stuff that he wanted typed up, and so I thought I would just read really quick one of the poems. Our grandpa was an old tough cowboy, and he lived on like the reservation and worked with horses and all that kind of stuff. So he wrote a whole bunch of stuff, and some of them are long, but I picked a shorter poem that I thought sort of felt very grandpa. So there was one called like Snow and a Cup of Joe, which is very grandpa. But I picked Don't Run the Horses. So the poem is Don't Run the Horses. Wisdom can be hidden in plain sight, but to find wisdom, one needs to look right. Look right may seem easy to do. However, I'm thinking it only happens to a few. A bit of wisdom came to me one sunny day when I heard grandfather say, "Don't run the horses." I thought back on the days at the ranch. Then I began to see grandfather never ran the horses. I remember one time he said to me, "Horses run when frightened, on alert, or when humans use the spurs or quirt. The rodeo rider, the show horseman, the jockey, they have a goal beyond the spirit of the horse. Look what I did, look at me." There it is.
Oh,
So, yes.
that was good.
It's a good one. You guys can think about it. So that was in honor of our grandfather.
Yeah.
So yay. Now to the week check. Look, we're all looking at you, Brandon.
Oh, man. Well,
Something big happened today.
something, I guess, yeah. Today could be my week check. In the last 3 weeks, today is my greatest accomplishment. So, okay, I did jump on my scooter today and scooted over to record the pod. So that was a fun ride, and I made it here safe.
Let's hear the stats, man.
Okay, so I don't know if I want to admit to these stats.
I thought
on a
they were
pod
good.
that Dad's going to listen to.
Oh. It's okay. Mom, don't tell Dad this
Don't tell
part.
Dad. All right. So it was 10.98 miles. And it took me 19 minutes and 34 seconds to make the trip. I averaged 33.7 miles an hour. My top speed was 50.3 miles per hour.
That's a good thing you had a helmet and the proper PPE.
Yes.
Was that coming down on that big long straight? Like, I assume that wasn't right by your house, was it?
Not right by my house. What do you mean right by my house?
Like, is it down the hill?
It was within the first 2 miles.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I don't want to like name streets because then people will use the pod to find our
To
house.
triangulate, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely important enough that people want to figure out where I live.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Don't underestimate the internet.
Anyway, it was a good, fun ride. And what's funny, I've done a few longer rides. Like one day, I was waiting for the train to go home, and it had a 30-minute delay. And so I was just sitting there waiting for the train, and my mind got to thinking, like, how far away is home? and it was 15 miles, and I had already shown that I could easily make a 16-mile ride without killing my battery. So I was like, even if I just average 30 miles an hour, I'll get home when the train finally shows up here. So I scooted home. And it was a great ride, that one too. It was a nice sunny day. And what's funny is I often will get past because I'm just going a little bit slower than the cars when we're on like 45-mile-an-hour roads or so. But often what ends up happening is the cars slowly pass me, and then they get stopped at a red light, and I catch up to all of them and end up going through the intersection first because I didn't slow down. And then they slowly pass me, and then at the next light I catch them again. So I really am making a lot of my trips at the same speed that I would if I was on a car, which is very enjoyable. And so that's what that was today. I feel like it's not time to pass it on to Kelly.
She was inspired by your scooting story.
Yeah. She's over here reading other poems by Grandpa or something.
I tried really hard to keep it together while reading it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "You did it! You can cry."
So,
That's how I feel about work.
I need to go to your cry spot.
Yeah. There's a bunch of chairs in the back by the projectors, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The cry spot.
They moved them. It's not as good a cry spot anymore.
Oh, dang it.
No.
At least last time I went there.
Yeah.
Not to cry. Just to show. Just to reminisce. Just to go, it's shed some good tears here.
So, otherwise, there was the attack on Cyberstand that I participated in.
Me too.
And Helldivers.
Okay. I need to play Helldivers some more.
You really do.
You should. You missed the entire campaign.
Oh, no.
Against Cyberstand. It's okay.
It was... You would have hated it.
Probably.
Yeah, it wasn't good for turrets.
Well, then what's even the point?
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know.
And Brandon was a noisy boy, and I was wearing sneaky armor, and we were playing 2 different games, even though we were there together, like at the same mission. I could hear his character be like, "I'm bleeding out," and like, "Oh, the blood," and I'm like, "Do." There's like sneaking behind all these guys, and I like come around a corner and there's a bunch of big guys, and I go, "Ugh," and I like mark it with my thing. I'm like, "Brandon, there's a big guy for you," and then I'll turn and go the other way. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun event, but we failed to destroy the cyborg menace, and now they're pushing back.
I'm ashamed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that.
It's probably because we couldn't use turrets.
Yeah. So
that's it.
yeah.
What about you, Josh?
I don't know. Let's see. We went. So we have Michaela wanted to see Wuthering Heights. And one of our friends who has 2 kids also wanted to see it. So she and Michaela went to see Wuthering Heights. And their 2 kids came with our kids, and I took all of the children to see Goat, which was the opposite movie.
Yeah.
Have you not heard of Goat, Brandon?
I haven't heard of either of these things.
Wuthering Heights is like a bodice ripper type of movie. Like it's
a lot of sex
it's
and stuff.
Steamy. It's although this one is not actually that. Like there's all this controversy around it. Because they took a classic of literature and changed it pretty significantly. And the classic also had some steaminess, I guess, but probably not to the same extent. I don't know.
So it was a book.
Yeah, it was a book.
And then they adapted it to a movie and shoved in extra sex.
Or something. I don't know. But
Like
extra spice.
Yeah. People
sort
are
of getting on the Bridgerton bandwagon.
Yeah, sort of. I don't know if I'd say that, actually.
Okay.
The sex was, like, from what I understand, the sensuality portions were not actually that. They weren't shot to be sensual. They were shot to be kind of gross and weird.
Oh.
So it's like unromantic.
It's like some artsy-fartsy thing that ruins something nice? What is happening here?
Everything about it is bad.
Okay.
I did not have any desire to see it. So.
Not everything about it is bad, as in like it was bad or whatever. I don't know. They seemed okay with the movie when they came out with it, but just like people are mad because it's a classic work of fiction, by one of the Bronte sisters, and they did not adapt it particularly faithfully. So people are mad about that.
So our next movie critique.
Nope.
Wuthering Heights.
No, I refuse.
I can tell you about Goat,
Okay,
though.
what's Goat? Yeah.
Goat is a movie about Steph Curry's career, but he's a goat in it. You
Like
know,
it's an animated film and he's a literal goat.
Who's
Yeah.
Steph Curry?
he's a basketball player. He's very good, but he's kind of a short guy in basketball terms.
It's a movie about short kings. That's
Yeah,
really
it
it.
really
It
is.
promotes short kings.
It's kind of like Zootopia, right? There's all kinds of animals and they all live together, and they do rollerball, which is basketball, but all of the stadiums have gimmicks. And what's hilarious is the one that they're from. Okay, so there's like, this one's on ice, this one's on a volcano. They all have these wild gimmicks, and then for their home stadium, and they're like, and this one has vines. And it's just got vines on the stadium.
The people that usually play on the volcano are like, we love playing at their stadium. It's so chill.
The vines. It's got vines. Anyway, so yeah, and it's played by big animals like giraffes and rhinoceri and elephants and stuff. And, you know, Steph Curry analog is a little tiny goat. And he can shoot threes, but he gets bullied and nobody lets him because smalls can't ball.
Oh, man.
Anyway, it was great. It was actually super easy. So I was there with 6 children, right?
Yeah.
And 5 of them were totally fine. And the smallest one repeatedly wanted to go to the bathroom just because it was fun. So that she could talk to me. So other than that, it was quite enjoyable.
Oh, man.
I had a thought. Oh, go ahead, Brad.
Oh, well, just now when you accused me of needing to go to the bathroom,
J'accuse!
I had wondered if it was because I'm fidgeting. I have been adjusting and moving around, but
Yeah.
that was on my mind as well because now we're talking about... We've been talking about how weird I am in school.
We all were. We all did that.
Did what?
I did.
I never did.
I fidget. Like, I reposition myself often. Like, I'm, like, over here, and then I need to cross the other leg, and, you know, like, I never thought about it at all until in a 7th grade science class, there were projects that were presented, and the science teacher recorded the presentations so that we could rewatch them later or something, or I can't remember. At one point, he had that recording on the screen, and he was like fast forwarding or rewinding to get to a certain group, and you could see me in the very corner of the thing. I had been captured by this camera for the whole class, and somebody shouted out, "Look at Brandon!" and I am just boom, 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 hitting all kinds of different, like I'm constantly moving. And that was the first time that it got drawn to my attention. And it still is true, like when I'm at work in virtual meetings and I can see everyone else sitting at their desk and I'm sitting at my desk and I'm just shifting and changing and everybody else is just rock solid. It's like, how do they do it?
Did you ever actually do an ADHD test? Okay.
Nope.
When I was in college, one of my sociology professors was like, "Hey, I think you might have ADHD." I was having a hard time, right? I really struggled, and he was like, "You should go get tested." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to the counseling center, and the test they do is you have to put on headphones and you stare at a monitor, and then you have a mouse in your hand, and you're supposed to click the mouse when you see a certain number, and hit a button on the keyboard or something when you hear a certain number. And then all these numbers started speaking and appearing, and it was a nightmare. I felt immediately so anxious.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm a video gamer, right? So I locked in and I was like, I can do this, right? And I got to the end of the test, and it was like, great, the test is done, but now time for the second test. And I was like, what's the second test? And it's like, during the test, did you fidget? Did you turn the chair? Did you lift your feet up off the ground? Did you flip them out or play with the mouse? And I was like, I did all these things. failed the second test. So there was like the first test, which was like, hey, can you just, and the second test was, how fidgety are you?
You couldn't lock in on that half.
And I was like, I didn't know I was getting tested for fidgetiness. Anyway, I went out and the guy goes, well, yeah, you have ADHD. It's not a slam dunk. You're not like crippled by it or whatever. I was like, yeah, I know, because I got through all of high school without any issues. But yeah, so you should get tested.
Yeah.
What would that do for me at this point, though?
Like, it's just good to know. It's good to understand the way your own brain works, and maybe you can talk to your children and have something in common with them, you know? Shared interests.
Well, we've already kind of reverse diagnosed me.
Yeah.
Because of my kids.
Your test was have kids.
Yeah.
And then see how strong it is in them.
Oh
what
my
similarities do you have to them? Now you know you have.
I like this idea for genetic diseases of like, listen, I'm not going to get tested. I'm going to have kids and get them tested. And that'll tell me if I have
The
it.
thing is, I never even considered that I had ADHD because I managed it.
Yeah.
And I was just a boy, right? Like when I was growing up, those kind of behaviors were just like, he's just a rowdy boy.
My son doesn't
and I wasn't
have
even
ADD. He just like to bounce.
You know, and
He does not have the depressions.
I wasn't even like struggling. I did well in school, you know, because I managed it.
Yeah.
So
Hence,
my version of ADHD is called ADHD PI, which means predominantly inattentive.
Paranormal investigator.
Yeah, also that.
That's my ADHD.
Predominantly inattentive. And people with my type of ADHD typically don't get noticed because all the fidgety stuff is less pronounced. Like you noticed it because you watched it, but had anyone ever commented like, wow, you're fidgety, you move around a lot?
not really.
Yeah. Like in someone with typical ADHD, people will comment because they'll be like getting out of their desk and running around the room and doing stuff, right? And for people with ADHD PI, they don't get diagnosed as much because that big one they don't have. So what PI means is that it's really hard for me to take in information auditorially. So like it's hard to pay attention to a lecture, for example, which is why I started having problems in college. All through high school, I wouldn't pay attention in class and I would just read the book at home and then I would get it. And I'd be like, oh, okay. So like I would be, and a lot of times what I would do is I would have the book. So while the teacher is talking, I would just read through the book, do the homework, blah, 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 right? Because I didn't get anything out of class, but I never noticed it. Sorry. When I got to college where you have to pay attention, because that's the only way that the material is delivered, I really struggled. And that's what I actually did. I went to my sociology teacher and asked him like, hey, can you tell me some books that I can read to cover the same material? So my sociology teacher gave me like 6 full-size books and was like, we're covering symbolic interactionism by this guy and this and this. And they were like big books, right? That were a pain to read because they were highly technical, but I passed that class, right? Same thing for, I had another class that I struggled with and I went up to him and I was like, can you just tell me, I failed the class. And then I went to him and was like, can you tell me the book that you based the class on? And he was like, oh yeah, it's based on this book. It was based on what was it? Mail and telephone surveys. And so I just bought the book and I read it. And if I'd ever taken the class again, I would have passed it. But I didn't. I dropped out of college instead. Anyway.
Yay!
This is going a long time. But
Yeah.
ADHD PI. All the cool kids have it.
Yeah.
So you think that if I get tested now, that it might give me some tools for my current life?
Potentially, yeah. Like it's helped me just to know, to understand like what things are difficult. Like knowing that about college, all of a sudden it just clicked and I went, oh, okay, right? And then I looked retroactively back and I was like, oh, okay, all this makes sense. And now I know, like somebody says, hey, you got to listen to this podcast. I'm like, it doesn't. Unless I'm in the podcast speaking, I don't get anything out of it.
Well, there you go. I didn't notice I was fidgety until a guy I was dating hated it. And then told me that I was not a good person and I needed to fix it.
The fidget made you a bad person?
Yeah, he hated it. And
why did you date the worst guys?
yeah, I'm really good at it. And then later my therapist was like, I think you have ADHD. I was like, no, caffeine makes me hyper. And she was like, that's not the only thing. Anyways, so we'll get back on point. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go through the letters.
Wait, is this just a Q&A session?
Q&A session.
Okay. I love these.
I do too. I think they're super fun. Let's get started. And we're just going to go in the order we received them. So the first one, she said, or they said, I think it's high time I get a nickname on the pod. So Josh, go ahead and give this one a nickname.
Interesting. Well, let's read the thing and then I'll know what the nickname should be.
Okay, it says, also, I'm a podling and I want a shirt. So we'll take care of that. But probably my favorite episodes are the Van Gogh ones. They were super interesting and informative, and everything I learned just made me love him so much.
All right. From what I know about this person, that they love the Van Gogh episodes, and they love Van Gogh as a person.
What I learned from Van Gogh is that you can name everybody Vincent.
Oh.
Vincent. Thank you, Vincent, for your excellent question.
Yeah, I also loved those. And I feel like you also said that you, not that it's your favorite episode, but that it helped you appreciate him more.
Van Gogh was he the Christ in the coal mine?
Yeah.
Was that his name?
They gave him that name, yeah.
Yeah. He didn't show up and go, I'm the Christ of the coal mine.
Yeah. No, he wasn't given that name.
Defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah, I like that one. Good choice, Vincent.
Yeah. Thanks, Vincent.
Okay, the next one. Also, this one gets a nickname. She said, I'm so bad at this. They said,
also Vincent.
Also Vincent. Everybody's just Vincent.
No, this one is clearly Doc McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins.
We're using just...
I love it.
We're going that route.
Formal,
okay, Doc
yeah.
McStuffins.
So, Doc McStuffins. I'm a podling. Also, I have a request that Josh now does an episode. Specifically about AI.
About AI. Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because there's a lot of crime involved in AI.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, Josh will have... It'll be a 7-parter.
Yeah. I can go forever. Don't get me started.
Yeah, we'll have to narrow it down. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll do one.
You've been challenged.
I can do one next week.
You're gonna do...
Really?
That's so much better than I did. No, it took me 6 months.
So I'm speaking at a conference this coming week about AI. So I'm already doing a bunch of research.
Oh,
so
nice.
I can just take some of that and change it.
Beautiful. I'm excited. Okay. So this is from Ash. So hello, Ash.
Vincent.
It says, hello, it's one of your OG podlings here. I'm hoping to be lucky enough to be one of the first 10 to send in listener mail. Also, she was. This is the third. So, good job. One of my all-time favorite episodes still is the Mona Lisa episode. The Mona Lisa eyes joke and subsequent references throughout the episode, like the bedroom comments, made me laugh so hard, and I somehow still think about that reference vis-a-vis Mona Lisa on a weirdly regular basis. One question I have is, how do you decide what to edit out and what to keep in the pod? There's so much funny stuff that everyone jokes should get left out. But then we get to hear it and laugh anyway. And then in one of the most recent episodes, we get to hear a break time where we checked on I's sweet little face.
I think that was intentional.
That was accidental. Oh, man. I'm not complaining, just curious. I'd love to hear more outtakes and behind the scenes of what hits the cutting room floor. Maybe we can make a special episode of just outtakes and uproarious laughter someday. Okay. So, that, yes, was an accident. I did not mean to leave in Ein's he had a tooth that we discovered was not good. And I just accidentally forgot to...
He had 8 teeth that were not good, it turns out.
Yeah, oh, baby. So he had to have 8 teeth pulled. But, yeah, I am not perfect, and that's what some of those... Because I think I've done it twice, where I accidentally labeled an episode the same number as the previous episode. And then this one where I accidentally left that chunk in. So I actually have gone in and edited it out and replaced the episode. So if you're listening to this and you're like, what are you talking about?
You missed your chance.
You missed
to get a
it,
peek
yeah.
behind the curtain.
A lot of times the reason something gets edited out is one of two reasons. One, we went way too long and we can go a very long time off topic and the episode will be 3 hours long or whatever.
True.
Or two, there's something like inappropriate that I don't want my students to potentially hear. So I cut that.
You cut a lot of my political stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Which
I tried.
appreciate.
It's boring.
Yeah.
So take the boring stuff out.
Yeah. No, I think the like soul of the pod is for it to be something that is like brings joy, brings laughter, but also brings like learning and new information and helps you like maybe grow a little bit either in the arts or like as a human, I guess. And so sometimes we get off topic and I just don't want it to be too like hotbed, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just like chill. So, you know, I've left in some of your stuff, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how Elon is a Nazi.
I don't know if that exactly. Made it.
I'll
I
have to
thought the
cut
part
that out.
the part that got in from Elon was that he was going to pay us $40 billion for this very podcast.
Of
Yeah.
course, we left that part in.
How else is he gonna know?
Putting that idea out into the universe.
Yeah. So yes, a lot of times the editing is I try and leave in as much as I can. But if it's like inappropriate, we've gone too long and like it's hard to like I want there to be something that if somebody's listening to it, they're like, "Oh, I don't remember what you just said." So I try to have the tangents not last too long. So yes.
I think over time, like when I first joined the pod, almost every episode I said something absolutely outrageous, specifically so that you'd have to cut
Edit it.
And after a couple things have slipped through, not of me, now I'm thinking,
So that's
maybe.
leaving me
You should
as
up
the
your game.
outrageous one.
no, the opposite. I don't want to like make some statement that was just to make you have to edit it out and then not have it get edited out.
Yeah.
Would be wild.
Yeah.
My favorite joke from the Van Gogh, or not, from the Mona Lisa one is the doorknob. That's the one I still think about.
That episode is hard for me to listen to because I'm clearly very nervous.
Yeah.
Because it's our first episode and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Have you ever listened to it, Brandon?
I did listen to it.
Oh, okay. Good. I thought you were like, I'm not in it. I don't care about this one.
Well,
The real podcast didn't start until I arrived.
no,
The very next episode.
I think that I listened to it shortly after you told me that you guys had done it and posted it. I definitely listened to it before the second episode when you invited me to be a part of it, because I wanted to like kind of know what
The
to
vibe
expect
was.
and
Yeah.
what was this all about.
I feel like we didn't really hit our stride for a few episodes. Like it took a little bit to figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense.
Was the second one the witch trials?
Yeah, the Witch Hunter.
Yeah, also those were rough.
Yeah. It's so funny because there are some people that are like can't handle that like anything violent, anything like that. And then I have some listeners that are like, when are you gonna do murders? So I'll have to do like an offshoot for the violent stuff.
Arts and Crimes, Violent Edition.
This is gonna be like Law and Order.
Yeah.
There's
Bum, bum.
5 different shows.
Okay, so the next one is from Cayenne. So I'm probably not the first 10, which is fine. You are, so you get a shirt. Kelly, I just want to say that you did a great job saying those names. I'm impressed. Boom, baby. She's referring to the Chinese names.
Yeah.
So
Cayenne speaks Chinese.
I super appreciate that. I tried really hard. I want to I try really hard to respect all of the names and places, and I do a terrible job. So it's nice to hear that I didn't do a terrible job. So I appreciate that. And you get a shirt. Haha.
Hooray.
The accents are hard. The names are hard, which is why I really like doing French places, so we can just make Brandon do it.
Just, you do it, man.
Yeah, I also enjoy that.
Yeah, I need to do one that's in Brazil so that I can make Josh do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. This one would also like to stay anonymous, so if you'd like to come up with a nickname.
Verity Constance.
Verity Constance.
She or he is a pilgrim now.
Okay.
Are they in Wuthering Heights? Did they get their bodice ripped?
No. I would say my favorite episodes were the ones on Vincent van Gogh. I'm wondering if you'll ever do any episodes on serial killers or unsolved cases. Probably not with these two softies.
I was going to say, it depends on how artistic the serial killers were.
Yeah. I really actually wanted to do Jack the Ripper because there's quite a bit of art involved in Jack the Ripper, not just his manner of killing, was much more medical than artistic. But there was like stuff that was scrawled on a wall. And there's also one of the suspects was an artist because he would paint things from Jack's point of view. And they were like, well, then he probably did it. And so I thought it would be interesting to talk about, but it is pretty gruesome. So I could make it mildly G.
No, we gotta go.
There's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go.
So if the boys agree to do another downer episode where there's death and sadness, then maybe we'll do Jack the Ripper or something like that.
I could agree to it.
Yeah,
didn't you talk about though, like bringing on some hosts that would
appreciate it? Yeah. So I think potentially if I did like a offshoot of Arts and Crimes where we did more violent ones, I probably would bring in other hosts because I just don't think you guys would enjoy it.
I don't know. I feel like I'm here for the ride, and it doesn't have to cater to my tastes all the time. So,
well, maybe if there's enough of an outcry, I'll do Jack the Ripper or another serial killer or something that has art involved. Also, just as a side note, they have not found definitively the killer. They don't know who Jack the Ripper is. There was
could have done John the Ripper.
Well, Jack the Ripper is much like BTK or the Night Stalker or the Golden State Killer. It's just like a pseudonym, like a name.
No. I'm pretty sure his name was really Jack.
Yeah.
And if he'd only included his last name, this would have been so easy. His
last name is the Ripper.
Yeah. No, as he's writing on like a victim's wall or whatever, he's like Jack, and he's like, oh, the Ripper.
Shouldn't leave my name. If we do it like this, we for sure could do a Jack the Ripper episode.
Excellent.
So there we go. Okay, the next one is from Mom. She said, I'm sending in my remarks and would love a shirt. She'll get one. I think my favorite part of this podcast is the weekly check-ins. Listening to you makes my heart happy, and I've learned a few things. I would love to hear about more art thefts. So art thefts, we'll try and get some more in there. And I'm glad that your heart is happy, Mom.
So I had I don't know how much I have to explain missions, right? I think most of our listeners are familiar with the concept. But I had a companion on my mission who was one of 5 boys, and his dad had a tradition of sitting down with them like right before they go and saying, okay, tell me the stuff you did that I didn't catch you for. What have you? I want to know what's the worst thing you've done, just so that I know. And his kids did it for some reason. I would not have done that. Like, if I had something I was ashamed of in my heart that I never told my parents, and they were like, all right, you're leaving home, tell me what you did, I would be like, nothing. This friend of mine had gone to an overpass and thrown donuts at passing cars. That was his
It was a deep, dark secret.
Yeah, that was his dark secret. One of his brother had admitted to stealing a golf cart. And I was like, how did they not catch him like when he stole it? And he goes, oh, he drove it all the way home from the like country club or whatever overnight. It was way far away. And so it took all night long to drive it home. And then when he got there, he just told him, oh, I just bought it at a garage sale down the road. his dad was like, oh, okay, sure. And then, before he left on his mission, he was like, I stole it.
I love that. Well, there's some art thefts for you, Mom.
Oh, yeah. The point of that was like, Mom learned some stuff. But I was like, I feel like I was pretty open. What has she learned?
Yeah.
Other than that, I cried at work. But everyone looking at me could tell that.
Maybe she's learned things about like art and crime and not necessarily about us. Or maybe she's talking about when you scuba dove.
Yeah,
Oh, I bet
she
that's
didn't know
it.
about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have even thought to admit that as a
Going
Thing.
to
yeah,
mission.
like this was my awful deed. It was just something I did.
Just that's funny. Okay, this next one is from Dad. And it says, my favorite part of the podcast is listening to your mother laughing as she listens. I would love and then that's just them wanting a shirt. So his favorite part is not the pod.
It's just listening to
It's
Mom.
listening to Mom. Love it. So you're welcome.
We do our best.
Yeah. To be funny. Mom did tell me that she didn't love the Satanic Panic episode. It was a little dark for Mom.
That's so funny. Because she was like, Brandon really sounded like he was into that. Like, he was a satanic
It makes a lot of sense, guys.
I think you cut that whole part, didn't you? So I guess you'll have to cut
That whole part. Are you gonna cut this part?
I just cut the part where you sounded like a missionary for the
Church of Satan.
I cut that.
Okay. I sounded like a missionary for the Church of Satan.
Because you were like, they make some really good, but they're just some people that want to help other people out
Yeah.
and wear a goat's head. Is that
There's
so
nothing
wrong?
with that.
I remember saying all this.
It's so funny. Okay. This one is from Rochelle. And it says, how did your pod get to be so cool? Well, it's a lot of hard work over many years that we sort of throw out the window every time the pod starts and we just ad-lib it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Was that an actual, is she asking for podcast tips?
I guess, maybe.
I genuinely have some thoughts on this. So I had a friend who wanted to start a podcast.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I listened to yours. It's pretty good, You guys have a real... And he was like, so what's your secret? I was like, I don't do anything. I just show up and joke. like that's... I got the easy part. So you'll have to ask Kelly about it. What I think works about the podcast is that we like each other and have a lot of shared history and just joke and have fun. I think a lot of people like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a big thing. Because, like, even when we have, like, disagreements, we know it's not going to be, like... We can talk through it.
The pod's going to break up.
Yeah, the pod's not going to break up. We're not disbanding the band.
I'm starting my own pod.
Yeah.
Blackjack.
Forget the whole thing. Anyways, but I think that's part of it is, like we do have that time and that rapport. I also think it works well. Like it's kind of a fun dynamic where like one person is telling the story and the other people are learning it with the listener. So I feel like you maybe feel like you're part of.
We're the audience surrogate.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So the audience feels like they're also there kind of. And I think that works.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about you, Brandon?
I agree with the points that have been said.
That's why we bring him along.
Yeah. So agreeable.
No, I think that there's a lot of... So I think that the pod feels very organic to me because of the fact that Josh and I often don't know even what the subject is going to be when we show up. And I do feel kind of like a responsibility to be the audience surrogate. And if there's a term that you throw out there that I think that I know, but I'm still not sure, I'm like, this is worth asking about.
Yeah.
Like, for clarification and things like that. So
I think that's definitely helpful for me, at least as the host usually, because there have been multiple times where I'm like, everybody knows what this is. And then you guys are like, I have never heard that term, you know?
Yeah.
Or like everybody knows this artwork. And then when I say it, you guys don't know what artwork I'm talking about. And I forget sometimes that I sort of live in a niche world a little bit. But I also really appreciate that we have such different points of view because it brings in things that I would never, like all the sociology stuff is not my expertise. But I do think it's a super important part and aspect of most arts and crimes because, you know, we're humans. And I
Part
feel
of a society, man.
yeah, you know, and so you guys both bring things that I can't bring myself. And so I think it makes it kind of well-rounded.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say we kind of represent different demographics.
Yeah.
True.
You know, Josh is very informed, politically minded, and like on the cutting edge of things like AI and stuff. I am ignorant to almost everything.
You got a scooter? You know all about scooters? Yeah, I think it's a good dynamic. So I think that's part of just like lucky. Like I'm lucky that my two brothers not only were close enough to participate, but willing to indulge and kind of create this thing with me. Because it was just this idea that I had. And I was like, would you guys do it with me? And you just were like, all right, if I don't have to do any of the work, I just have to show up. So yeah, it just like, I feel really lucky. I think it works fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun.
So yeah, that's how we got to be such a cool pod.
And so we have dozens of subscribers.
Yeah, at least 12. All right, this is our last one, and they gave themselves a nickname.
Ooh.
It's Small Fries Bumbleshook. So Small Fries Bumbleshook would like to know, would you rather have every song you listen to gradually turn into All Star by Smash Mouth, or every movie gradually turn into Shrek? I hate this question.
So it's an easy one for me, because every movie turning into Shrek, it would ruin my life a lot less, because I don't watch as many movies, and often I'll even stop the movie halfway through and never come back to it, so it wouldn't even been
to
fully
the point,
Shrek.
yeah. When you finish it.
I would like the Godfather episode where Brandon is like, and then, you know, Donkey shows up. What?
I just sort of lost interest after that.
Yeah.
I feel like it got better halfway through.
And then when Shrek, you know, that gaze he gave Fiona at the very end where she knew that he was into something, but he lied to her face. Shrek, how could you?
Luca Brasi is the dragon.
Yeah.
That's great. It's a donkey head instead of a horse head in the bed. Donkey! Yeah. I mean, that could be entertaining. I think I would agree for a different reason. I would rather have my movies. This does break my heart a little bit, because then I could only watch like half of each of the Lord of the Rings movies and I love them, but I've watched them so many times that now they're committed to my memory, so it's okay. But it would allow me, because I'm taking this word for word, right? I could still watch shows and they wouldn't turn into Shreks because they're not movies.
Yep.
So Futurama would still be savable. You know, all those different shows that I love would still be fine. So I think I would do that, because I think if I couldn't have music, I was just like, even if you just take away Sleep Token and Nickelback, which I'm sure Sleep Token is like, oh, what? Why are we in the same sentence as Nickelback?
I get the impression that Sleep Token is not snobbish enough
That's
to
true.
put you down for
They
that.
probably appreciate that I have varied taste. Anyways, all of them, like, I would be so sad if I couldn't have. I need my emotional support music. I always have music going in the car. I have it at school. I have it just like when I'm working and doing stuff. My vinyls I would be so sad if they turned into just nothing but a bunch of Smash Mouth records. So I think I couldn't do without music. So I think, because I still have the caveat that I could have shows, I think I'd be okay with having movies turn into Shrek. I'd be like, the first half of the movie was great. And
So are they turning into the film Shrek, or are the characters transforming into Shrek characters and continuing the same movie?
It just says slowly turning into Shrek. So I think you can take it
Either way.
either way. Because some movies might be better if the characters were played by Shrek characters.
Yeah. This is tough because
You are a big movie buff.
Imagine Wuthering Heights slowly turning into Shrek.
That's amazing. Yeah,
But you're also a musician.
I love music. I was thinking maybe music because I listen to a lot of super long songs. Like I enjoy those a lot, like a lot of progressive. And I was like, I could just cut them in half, and I still get like 7 minutes of good music. And then as soon as it switches to All Star, I just go to the next track, right? But that still is not satisfying because a lot of times they save their best stuff for the last half. Yeah.
Can you imagine not getting that last breakdown at the end of the summoning?
Yeah.
It's the sexiest part of a song.
Ever?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Listen to the summoning, and you get to the end. The last 2 minutes. Listeners,
It is very good.
if you haven't listened to the summoning by Sleep Token, it is in my mind the personification of a enemies to lovers song.
Oh.
That's what I think. Anyways, continue.
Oh yeah. So music would be hard, but movies, I do love movies, and I buy physical movies because I want to have them. If I think that it's valuable, I want to support the artist. But I realize that a lot of the movies I buy are still in shrink wrap. I never have time to watch movies. I very rarely sit down and watch a movie. So I was like,
Or get through the whole movie.
Yeah, or get through the whole movie. So I was like, it'd probably be less disruptive to my life to have movies, but it would still make me very sad.
Yeah, it would make me very sad too. Because just for the sheer fact that I would lose Lord of the Rings. And that's my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite.
What would be weird is trilogies and things like that, because what would happen? Lord of the Rings starts out, and Gandalf is like, "We gotta go take the ring to Mordor," and then by the end he's like, "Donkey, what are you?" And then the next movie
You got
starts,
to throw the ring into Mordor.
Yeah. And the next movie starts, and Gandalf's
He's
back. Yeah, and
Also, you'd have to throw the ring into Mount Doom.
Listen, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I don't think Gandalf's back at the beginning of the next movie.
He's in the film at the beginning
what?
of the second one.
Yeah,
They have the
he's not back.
No, but they do
back.
have the flashback.
Yeah,
so
I
you'd
know.
see what would be amazing in that flashback moment is because when you get to that point in the film, he's Shrek.
Yeah.
Right? But then you get to the beginning of the second film, you're like, oh, this is what he actually looked like in this scene. Because otherwise, it's Shrek, he's like, fly, you fools! You know? And he's like, ah! And then in the beginning of the next film, you get to see the actual epic moment.
Yeah. I wonder what Shrekerized Aragorn would be.
I can't even imagine.
He's
walking
Farquaad.
through those
I was
doors.
going to say
He's
Farquaad.
Farquaad.
Oh, no.
I think obviously Denethor would be Farquaad.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels correct. And so he's like sitting at the table
With the tomato.
with the tomato. Oh no. So yes, anyways. I guess we've all kind of the consensus is we would rather have music unaffected.
Yeah.
For all three of us.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it. That was our last one. Let me double check that I didn't miss one. But I'm pretty sure we got them all. Yeah.
And
thanks everybody for writing in. That was super fun.
a few of those just patted my ego. Such a cool podcast.
Yeah. I really enjoy doing the pod. I'm glad that there are people that also enjoy doing it or listening to it. And I appreciate that we still have a reason to continue doing it. So thanks, podlings. You're the best.
No. And next week, or in 2 weeks, I'm talking about AI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you already have something planned?
I have something planned, but I can just do it whenever.
Now she's got a time to prepare Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Jack the Ripper. Although I could. But that one will take me a while because there's so much there.
Don't you already know it all? We could just do Jack the Ripper right now.
We probably could. I actually have 6 pages of notes that I've handwritten from previously, but it was a little bit more violent. I was getting real into what happened to all of the victims and stuff, so it's probably more violent than you guys want it to be. No, I was doing something else that was it was World War II era, actually. That's what I'm working on.
Time.
AI time, yeah. So next time it'll be either, here's a teaser, I guess.
Oh, no.
It'll be World War II era, and it'll be about a lady.
Oh. I don't know.
Cool.
We did the fake tanks
The
for World
Ghost
War II.
Yeah,
right?
Brigade
we did
or
the
whatever.
Ghost Army.
Ghost Army.
Yeah, we did the Ghost Army. I feel like we've done a couple World War II-ish. I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, because Van Meegeren was during the war, too.
Mhm.
That he was the one that...
Yeah, the Nazi
The-
art.
Yeah,
stuff.
Deer with the Pearl Necklace is Van Meegeren.
Deer with the pearl necklace. Very nice.
So I guess this is our third. I could change it. Maybe I'll change it. Who knows what I'll be in the mood for.
All right, so here's a teaser.
That
It
might not happen.
Could possibly be.
Definitely, probably not. No, I actually already started reading a book about her and stuff, so it'll probably be her. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, our sweet, sweet podlings. You're so precious and wonderful. And go do some art and don't do any crime. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You're gonna have to cut this part out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Continue to cut this out.
It's too bad we have to cut this.
That's the sexiest part of the song.
This will save for that one episode where we take all the
Yeah.
the cut stuff.
Oh my gosh, Ash, this is the culmination.